Hi Fashion Dolls, it is Wednesday, October 9th, and welcome to an all-new episode of Style by Stevie. Now, here we are, Fashion Dolls. We have less than 27 days left until election. I need you guys to go and check to see if you're registered to vote. Make sure that you are registered to vote because they are purging voters off the rolls. We have less than 27 days. This election is going to be very, very close. And it is critical that you guys register to vote in this election. And I think there is one present clear choice of who's fit to be president. And it is Madam VP Kamala Harris. That is the only choice. Now, yesterday, the Orange Man got on stage again, and I think it was with Laura Ingraham on Fox News, and said that he's vowed to be dictator. We are now in some scary times. The Supreme Court can have an impact in deciding who will be the next president of the United States of America. And then you also have the House of Representatives to worry about as well too. And we know that House Speaker Mike Johnson, who was supposed to be in Congress offering relief for FEMA, did not call a hearing. Before I add my very special guests, also 51 out of Florida's 67 counties are under a state of emergency ahead of Milton. People are evacuating. So my heart goes to the people in Florida. Make sure that you guys are evacuating safely and staying safe. Make sure that you guys do not take any chances and stay home. Make sure that you guys are being cool and go on and stay with a relative, because this storm is dangerous. I'm looking at it, one thing Project 2025 would also do would dismantle the National Weather Service. That means you will not be alerted when a storm is coming, how strong the storm is, NATO, all of these things. Donald Trump would dismantle that. Yesterday, another bombshell came out. There are at least 18,000 MAGA nuts listed in this database, and Donald Trump can pull from that database and put these people in his cabinet. That means that he can put them in the Supreme Court, he can put them in the White House, he can put them in the House, Senate. So that is why it is very, very important for everybody to vote Democrat in this election, because the Republicans have shown you who they truly are. Make no mistake that if Donald Trump gets in office, we will be under a dictatorship. We are in Nazi Germany right now. 1930s. No shit. And I need you guys to get serious and get smart. This is not the time to play games. It's time to get our heads in the game. And that means we're going to need all hands on deck to get Kamala Harris elected, because you also have to worry about the Electoral College, which takes 270 to win. And what happens is, wait a minute. Oh, I done zoomed in. But hey, Glamour Shot, if it is a tie neck and neck, it will indeed go to the House. And what happens is the delegates, they don't have enough Democrats in there. Republicans can and will hand Donald Trump this election. So she is going to need everybody on deck. And that's going to take us. I will be casting my vote October 21st, me and my mom, for Kamala Harris. And I suggest you do the same, because if you haven't read Project 2025, you need to do so. Whenever you send me something via DM, I'm going to send you Project 2025. It's Project 2025 week, and I'm not letting up. So every show, I'm going to be touching on it and how dangerous this man is if he gets back in the White House. So without further ado, you've got one choice, and the only choice is Kamala Harris. So, I know I look good. Let's get right into today's show with today's special guest, Fashion Dolls. Hey, brother, shout outs to my brother K-Tukes at the K-Tukes spot. I had to stress that and let everybody know that this election is critical. We cannot sit it out and vote the couch, and we cannot become complacent. Tim Wall said it best. We sleep when we're dead. All right, let's get into a lighter note here, Fashion Dolls. The Met Gala has been revealed of who's going to be the co-chairs, and I'm going to dish that with my very special guest here today. He is back again in the Dollhouse, I think for his 4th appearance here in the Dollhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back to the Dollhouse, Justin M. Goodwin. There we are. Hey,
You doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. I am fantastic.
It's a pleasure to have you back. I think this is our fourth time, our fourth interview. We've done so many already.
I think so. I think so.
Fourth time's a charm. All right. So, since our last conversation, we were talking about, I think, the Met Gala, and now the Met Gala's theme for 2025 has been revealed. Here's the catch, y'all. Y'all ready for it? And I love it. I love a good catch. I love the suspense. All of the co-chairs are black men. Yes. So let's go down the list here. We got Pharrell. Pharrell is a co-chair. We've got ASAP Rocky. We've got Coleman Domingo. We've got Lewis Hamilton. And we have Anna Wintour. So, of course, she's not a black man, but she's going to be there. But the theme is super fine tailoring, black style. So it's going to be the Black Tux remodeled. So I can't wait to see. What are your thoughts on this theme of the Met Gala?
I'm actually really excited about this because, first of all black men, besides Anna, of course, um, all black men, and each one of those men are very fashion forward, very fashionable individuals. So I'm excited about that. But the suit, I'm very. Everybody can't rock a suit, but I really feel like this will have people dig deeper into their styling pocket, so to speak, um, to get that look. I can't even express what look it is, but it is a look. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to see. I don't want to see no wrinkles. I want it cut crease like you literally just either ironed it, okay, or you have steamed it. I don't want to see no other thing. Like it has to be on point. It just has to be right. So I'm really excited about that.
Absolutely. And there's also a deeper context in history into this as well too. When I seen the theme, like it goes all the way back in time. So I'm super excited to hear about this. And this is from the Met Gala. Let me read you guys the statement as well too of why they chose to release and do this theme right here. I'm super excited. Let me see. It was on one of the sites when I seen it on there. Let me go. I might have to go back to my stories and check it out because I posted it. Make sure you guys are going and checking it out. I see my brother, the K2 spot is here. Make sure you guys, British Vogue. Here we go. Boom. All right. It will take the black dandy as its subject, examining the importance of clothing and style to the formation of black identities in the Atlantic diaspora. So it goes all the way back. This is great. And I'm glad that Vogue magazine chose to highlight black style. Because back in the day, what was it? It was Fashion Fair. It was Ebony and Fashion Fair. They would put on fashion shows. But now you have Vogue, which is an international fashion publication. And of course, the Met Gala, the Met in New York, now teaming up to give honor to black style, black heritage. This is amazing. And this is going to be in 2025. So when I seen this, I was shocked. I was like, wait, what? All black men? Essence Magazine posted it. That was the first place I saw it. And then we see it everywhere from Vogue, British Vogue, to now Billboard. It's everywhere. So I think this is genius that they are now highlighting all of us, not just the black men, but black style as a collective, because black people, we are the blueprint for style. And I was watching Queen Latifah on, I think it was one of the red carpets for the award show, and she says that it's not just black women, but black people, we are the culture. We are indeed the culture, our style. And now, in a time where they are trying to erase our existence, you can't. We were here first, and we are the style trendsetters. We are the style makers. From the Kangol hats to the door knocker earrings to what is it? The tracksuits. All of these things we have contributed to in fashion. We are the blueprint and the staple for it. And I'm so proud at Vogue magazine for now choosing to highlight black style, not just the black men that are the co-chair. I think that's amazing, but to highlight black style. So this is amazing, and I'm looking forward to it. I just recently did a power suit not too long ago, but it was a dress. It was in the form of a dress. So if you go back a few days back, you see the shoulders, everything. who was the inspiration for that? If you guys watched the presidential debate with Kamala Harris, you saw Lindsay Davis. She was the inspiration for that look. The hair swooped to the side, and I said, I need a power suit. I need a power shoulder. So I found this dress, and it looked identical to what she was wearing. I said, I love structure. Fashion is about structure. So I said, if I'm going to channel my inner Lindsay Davis, I have to make sure I do it right. The hair was on point. The makeup was on point. The overall look, I loved it. It was very conservative, very professional, and sexy at the same time. So if you're going to do a power suit at an event like this, you got to make sure you bring your A game. So I agree with what Justin just said, which is if you're going to do a suit, it has to be very fine tailored, no wrinkles, nothing. But yes, you guys thought it was a jacket, but it was a dress. So that's why you didn't see me wear pants, because if you would have, it would have been a whole suit. But you could have did it. I would have had that option. But I said, since it's a dress, you know what? Wear it as a dress for. Yeah.
But also, maybe this is like a kind of a precursor to our next president's Miss Madam Kamala Harris, because she does the suit very well,
Yes.
very well. Yeah, and I love it. So maybe that's kind of our relief, so to speak. So I'm just putting it out there. Okay, put it out there.
You got to remain hopeful. 27 days, y'all. Again, if you're not registered, head on over to vote.org and get registered. Check your registration if you're already registered, because they are purging voters off the rolls. And make sure if you're purged off the rolls somehow, make sure you go back and re-register. And early voting has already begun in some of the battleground states. So make sure that you guys, they've extended it with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. Ron DeSantis, that's another thing. Ron DeSantis chose not to extend the voting registration date. South Carolina, we extended ours to October 14th. So that's why you see me in my pins. I took it down with the voter registration dates. They've extended it down here. So a very special thank you to our Governor McMaster's for doing that, even though I don't agree with some of the stuff that he says, because he is more so Republican. But that's good that they are now seeing what's at stake here, and they are allowing people to cast their votes early. So make sure, if you're not registered, get registered. Go to vote.org and get registered. Love your look, sister. Thank you. Yes, today I chose bright and colorful. Yesterday, what did I wear? It was very sparkly. I must say that much. It was very sparkly. Yesterday's look was very sparkly, and today I just chose lots of color. I was feeling vibrant. So it was cool this morning. If you guys notice a shift in the weather, it was very cool this morning. And this dress is also very warm. So make sure you guys are staying safe out here during this hurricane season. It's very serious, very critical. And make sure that your family members are okay, because like when I heard Milton was near Florida and New Mexico, the first person I contacted was K2s. And he says, me and mom are all right, because he's in the Florida area. And then I contacted my other brother, Demario King Jobs. You guys know him, the King Jobs Show. I spoke with him that same exact day also, too. So everybody's good. Everybody's evacuating out of Florida. So make sure you guys are being safe out here during this weather. For real. Like, it is no joke. All right. So we were talking fashion dolls. Yes. Make sure that you also go, and if you're not, it's time to change it up. It's time to play with color. It's time to have structure. We're now in the fall, winter fashion month. So you're going to see that shift within the weather with the hurricanes and everything that's going on. Like when I went outside this morning to take my little niece out, I call her my little niece, my brother's dog, I noticed that it was kind of chilly. So I said, yep, I can't do that one. I was going to wear something that had cutouts on the side today. But I said, nope, we're going to do something else. Let me go ahead, look in the closet, find something else. Yep, it's still hot, but it was kind of nippy this morning. I said, I don't want to take that chance of getting sick. Nope. So, yes, make sure you guys are dressing warm. What other fashion trends are you predicting for fall, winter 24, Justin?
Ooh, like you said, it is getting a little cooler because of fall and winter time, but I'm still expecting a lot of color. I know in the summertime, I kind of said that, but I think color is beautiful because we see, obviously in nature, the leaves are different colors and whatnot. I kind of want everybody to match that ordeal. And a part of me kind of wants to see stripes. I don't know what it is about stripes, but I just really wanting to see stripes out here. Because there's a lot of a bit of everything, but colors and stripes. I feel that is necessary for that.
Yes, and the pinstripe, I mean, that's been there for years, for decades. So that's something that I can prevent that'll never go out of style. It'll still be here. People will still be rocking their pinstripe. Like I said, Lindsay Davis, when she did the vice presidential debate with the Orange Man and Madam VP Harris, she wore something that had pinstripe in it. So that's something that I'm predicting and seeing. You're going to see, like I said, structure. If you've seen New York and Paris Fashion Week, and you've seen shows like, for example, Sergio Hudson, if you've seen shows like Saint Laurent, you know that the suit, the very fine tailored suit for the woman, or the power suit, is definitely going to be in a lot of women. You're going to see, of course, Madam VP Harris wear a lot of suits while she's out campaigning. And what I love is that she changes up her shoe selection. One day you'll see her wear a heel. The next day you'll see her wear a boot. The next day you'll see her wear Converse. So it's like, okay, or Chuck Taylor, she's always switching it up. And that's how it has to be with style or wearing a power suit. You have options. Now, as far as dresses goes, you have the options also of wearing heels. And I'm a heel girl all day. But you can be smart and you can pair it up with a pair of Reeboks. You can pair it up with a pair of boots. You can pair it up with a pair of almost anything. So you have options as well too. Scarves. Scarves will never go out of style. You can layer scarves. You can do so many things with it as well too. What I did was when I had a peacoat, I would layer that scarf on top of that peacoat. I have to dig in my closet. It's way back in the closet somewhere. But I know that when it gets cooler, I'm going to be pulling that out and wearing it on this show because I'm surprised I still have a lot of jackets, like a lot of blazers. You can't go wrong with a nice blazer.
No.
Pair it up with jeans. I've seen her do that as well too. At one of her rallies, she would pair it up with denim and a t-shirt. Like, she's not your average styled vice president. She always changes it up. And she plays with color. So that's what's so unique about Madam VP Harris and her style. They gave President Obama so much flack when he wore that tan suit. They will never live it down. But you have to be willing to experiment with style if you're going to be in the White House. I mean, Michelle Obama is a great example as well, too, of what style looks like. Our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, is a great example. Stylish woman. And I've seen her wear a lot of peacoats and blazers and suits, and she'll have a skirt or a dress. I mean, it's so many options you could do for the fall, winter months as well. Fur, of course, for faux fur is something that you'll need for the fall, winter months as well, that I'm predicting. As far as the makeup goes, the 90s has made that return. Remember how, we really didn't have, like how I have the winged eyeliner today, you guys can see it. You really didn't have that. It was just more so color. It was like an explosion of color. So I've seen that during Paris Fashion Week as well too. So we're going to see the lip colors get darker. The eye colors, you're going to see cream-based eyeshadows. So, I mean, those are a few trends that you can see in fashion and beauty in the fall, winter months as well, too. Of course, like how I'm wearing today, the dewy, glowy makeup, which is always going to be on trend. You're going to see that, of course. A lot of hair jewelry as well, too. I've seen that at Paris Fashion Week. So I went through Allure magazine. I wasn't Marie Claire. No, it was Allure. Allure had a list of what are some of the things that you would possibly see at Paris Fashion Week or New York Fashion Week. And it's important that we dig into our closets and pull out those pieces, especially the denims as well too. Denims never go out of style. I wore a denim dress on this show and you guys went crazy for it. It was off the shoulder and I had black hair. I remember the look. If I show you the picture, you'd be like, oh, we remember that, because I've had so many. I'm always changing. I told someone this too. A young lady, she messaged me, and she's coming on the show. She's an actress. She said, girl, how do you always change up your hair? You change your hair a lot. You change your look a lot. Well, fashion, the thing about fashion is, like Daniel just said, fashion always repeats. History always repeats itself. And there's so many new fashion trends that are coming out. I always try to be ahead of the trend. I'm in vogue. And when I say in vogue, I'm ahead of the trend. I love to read a lot of fashion magazines. I love to stay alert and keep my eyes on what's going on in Paris, London, and New York and Milan Fashion Week. And I post it. I let you guys see it, what I'm liking. And from there, I just, I don't try to copy their trend per se. I try to put my own spin onto it. So, like today's look, the dress was kind of inspired by Moschino. Moschino is known to be very animated, to play with a lot of color, as Justin mentioned, stripes. You're going to see a lot of things. John Paul Gaultier is another one. So I've referenced both of them when I was dressing today. I wanted something that was similar to John Paul Gaultier and Moschino because they're known for being very animated. And also not just that, but giving women the outlet and the freedom to wear power suits because they expect us to wear dresses all the time, but it's just like, I want to put on a suit. I want to put on a romper. I want to put on a jumpsuit. I don't want to wear a dress all the time. They're nice to wear, but I've had my mishaps with gowns on this show. And I'll tell you one. Thank God you guys didn't see it. It was this long white number, and I think brother K-Tubes, if you're still here, you probably remember I had the curly short hair, and it was off the shoulder. It was white, and it had like this brocade design at the bottom. I almost tripped on that gown, sitting down in this chair that I'm sitting in today, y'all. Thank God y'all didn't see it. But that was something that happened behind the scenes before I came on, and I just laughed it off. I'm like, thank the Lord y'all didn't see that. Because if I would have came live, I would have been so embarrassed. I don't know what I would have did. But yes, now you have the outlet to have so much freedom to play with color. Now, for men's fashion, what are some trends that you're predicting for this fall winter month, Justin?
I'm expecting hope. I and I because I obviously see a lot of women in their coats, their fur coats. It's lovely, it's beautiful, but I see some men do it, but it's like I want more of those nice coats that sometimes you would wear up in the deep winter time up in New York. I want to see those type of coats. I want to see leather. Okay, obviously black is my color, but I want more variety in color when it comes to
Yes.
men. Because, a lot of times we kind of stick to the basics, the blues, maybe the red, of course, black or white, but let's see some green, let's see some orange, let me see some pink, I want variety, when it comes to our color. What that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm wanting for all of us. Yeah, I want those jackets and I want leather. I want jackets. I want leather. I want colors. Give me even different designs. I know we said stripes, but I want to see some zigzag. Let me see some polka dot. Give me some flavor in what is being worn.
Absolutely. And when you've mentioned that, the first person that came to my mind was ASAP Rocky. If not ASAP
Yes.
Rocky, then who's someone else? Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is one to play with leather. He's one to
Hmm.
play with faux fur. He's one to do all of these things with his style. And that's what makes him so iconic. Even
Hmm.
from the big scarf that he wore that went viral, that everybody is still talking about. And he did a reel not too long ago talking about it. He said, it's fall time, it's time to change up the style. And he was walking. And Lenny Kravitz has his swag. So when I see faux fur or leather, that is the first person that comes to my mind is Lenny Kravitz or either ASAP Rocky. Pharrell is another one as well too. Um, yeah, so as far as men's fashion trends, you're going to see potentially these men that I just named do some of those trends. Another one is Lewis Hamilton, who's, again, as we announced, one of the co-chairs of the upcoming Met
Yeah,
Gala. Pharrell is another one as well, too. Um, who else? Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo never
definitely.
ceases to amaze me. ever since The Color Purple on the red carpet, every single look this man has executed
Yeah.
beautifully. Even the Balmain, after it was after the award show, he wore the Balmain, and I said, I need that suit. Either a man or a
Mhm.
woman can wear that suit, but I need that suit. It had a face on it. It was sparkly. It's like Swarovski crystals from head to toe, pants and jacket. I need that suit. I said, I need that suit. And remember when Zendaya wore the same suit as Michael B. Jordan? But you know, for
Yes.
women, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. If you're a
Mhm.
woman, the buttons are on another side. And then the man's
Mhm.
buttons are, I think, on either the right or the left. I forgot which one. But the buttons are placed differently for suits. So just keep that in mind, too. And I'm seeing you guys in the comments. You guys are talking about, yes, Pharrell is a style icon. I mean, you could go all the way back to NERD when he was Skateboard P, and he would wear how they would dress. You know how the skateboard kids would dress, or the rocker kids would dress back in the day. Andre 3000 is another one as well too. Yes. Who else is another one? George Clooney. Um, Brad
Mhm.
Pitt is another one as well too. They're both stylish men, but I don't think they'll probably wear the faux fur just yet. You see them in a nice tailored suit, but I don't think you see them in the faux fur as of yet. I mean, it could be. Who knows what they would do? But they have great style teams behind them.
You know, I would love to see Tyler James Williams in in the faux fur and the leather. I think he for sure. I think he can really do it.
Absolutely, him, and then Jesse Smollett just did a magazine spread, and I'm just like, I'm amazed. Like, wow, his style is still impeccable. These men have
Yeah.
great style. I'm not scared to wear a woman's blouse. Thanks. Yes, listen. Fashion should have no gender. People should be able to express themselves however they want to feel. We are way past the days where they say dresses and skirts are for women, blouses are for women. You have now men out here embracing their femininity as well too, and I think it's amazing that fashion is brought us together in so many different
Mhm.
ways than one, because everyone has their own unique sense of style, and that's what makes this country amazing, is that everyone has their own personality. We're not the same. Everybody likes different things. I'll give you an example. My mom, okay, I'm 30 years old. I want to be able to live and do this talk show, so I'm not going to do her put her age out there like that. So we're going to say she's 20 years old. She's 20 years old. Because you know how, if you grow up in a black household and you mention your mama's age, yes, y'all know. So we're going to say 20. She's 20 this week. My mom is now at an age where she's starting to embrace her sensuality just a little bit. You know, even though she's mature, she has finally come into her own as a woman. And she will, you know, lower V-cut tops. You'll see that. Off the shoulder. She just like, you love off the shoulder. Every time I show her a picture of something that I've worn, she's like, okay, that skirt is a little bit too short. The dress is a little bit too short. You know, your mothers will let you know what they think about a look. They will give you the honest truth. So she just like, and then I wore that green leather dress. I'm just going through some of my looks. I remember like it was yesterday, and the dress literally was open on the sides. So you know how you tie a corset up? That's what that dress looked like. So I was literally, I had nothing underneath that dress. Nothing, literally. Like naked underneath. So I had to be very careful how I sit, and I didn't want no mishaps, but I executed that look. And see, my mom was like, "You didn't put on no bra, nothing up underneath." I said, "No, fashion, you got to take risks. You have to take risks. Just make sure you be careful, no wardrobe malfunctions." So with that dress, I had to be very, very careful. And I will post a picture in the stories at the end of the show if you don't know which dress I'm talking about. But that dress had to be tied up on the sides, and then it had a zipper in the back. So it was very uh, BDSM kind of tease, but just in a fashion form. But I loved it because you know who else specialized in that type of fashion? Gianni Versace. They called it trash
Yes.
couture. They called it trash couture, and you would see the models with the chokers, from Christy Turlington to Naomi Campbell and Cindy Crawford, they wore the chokers that were attached to the dress and the straps. I mean, it was like BDSM, but it was tastefully done. They called it trash couture. Again, John Paul Gaultier did that as well too. Another person who did that, Valentino. So I mean, you have to be able to push the envelope with sex and fashion at the same time. And now I'm starting to see my mom do that. She won't wear a miniskirt. She just will not. She refuses to. Because when you get a certain age, as you get up there, you're just like, hey, this is something I would do in my 20s. But
Mhm.
now that I'm 30 years old, now fully in tune and aware of who I am, I'm just like, embrace that sexuality, and I embrace it openly. So there's no slit that is too deep for me. There is no skirt that is too short for me. There is nothing that I won't show off, from the backs to the arms to décolleté, everything. So I mean, I don't mind, but that's what fashion is all about. Because when I first started, I was always in a suit. I was always covered because I was insecure. But I'm just like, as
Mhm.
I come back, and shout outs to my girl Rage, she made me open my eyes and see, like, you got to change it up. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Your audience will get bored. And because of her advice and others' advice, that's when the style shift came. So I want to say right after high school was when the style shift came. I started to get into more couture, ruffles, frills, and then the dresses came like in 2019, 2020. So just give you an ideal timeline of my style going through the history. And then I just said 2020 to 2023, and then all the way up until 2024, we just gonna go all out with glamour and sex. We're gonna give you sex, we're gonna give you glamour, we're going to give you femininity, we're going to give you all of this and then some. That's in vogue. And that is what is setting the style trend. So when we say fashion and gender go hand in hand, or politics and all of these things go hand in hand, they're perfect because people are expressing themselves in different ways. So what might work for me, what might not work for my mom. My mom might not like a mini. She doesn't like a mini skirt. She's not gonna do a mini skirt. She leaves that to me because like I said, when you get up in age, our parents are just like, "Will you feel comfortable in a button down?" You know. And then there's fashion by age. When you're in your 20s, or yeah, in your teens, 20s, I want to say 19, 20, then you can do the crop tops, the mini skirts, the hot pants, whatever you like. 30s is the same thing. Uh, Crop tops, mini skirts, whatever you like. But then I also have to be careful how I dress with me being 30 as well too, because I don't want to age myself. And that's the thing a lot of us take into consideration as well too. Not dressing older
Mhm.
than your age. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You still want to keep it youthful. You still want to keep it vibrant. I'm 30 years old. I'm a millennial. So I'm past 20. I'm past 20. Way past that. When I get 40, it's probably going to be more, how would I just say, who has a great, like Angela Bassett. I think she's a great example
Yeah.
of what being graceful and elegant, just in style wise, what that's something that you could probably look forward to, is me being a little bit more tailored, a little bit more polished, rather than being eclectic and youthful and vibrant and colorful how I am now in my 30s. So that's probably what I could look forward to in my 40s. And my 50s, it, another example, who would I say? Maybe Diana Ross or Cicely Tyson would be a great example, because these were women who defined their style and they were just classy about it. Very
Mhm.
classy. Like Now's the Time said, as the young lady said on TikTok, very demure, very mindful, very cutesy, very elegant. These women embody that. So fashion, as we go through age, it changes. So
Yeah.
in my 20s, yeah, I shocked y'all when I pulled out that green crop top and that was green shorts. It's very clad. I pulled those abs out. I said, okay, this is really over the top. And I had the green hair too. So y'all liked it. I liked it too. I said, this is different. And then it was another look. It was an all silver crop top and mini skirt look as well too. My mom said that top and that skirt is short. I said, I don't care. I love it. I love it. I get to show off my stomach.
Mhm.
But I definitely see an homage paid to the 80s fashion recently. Yes, and if you look at the October issue of Vogue, Lady Gaga's on the cover. It goes through fashion history, like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. But as now's the time mentioned, rarely the 80s. Because if you look at the Saint Laurent show, that is definitely a nod to the 80s because they had the over exaggerated shoulders. And that's something that we are still doing. As I've mentioned, Lindsay Davis and our Madam VP Kamala Harris are great examples of that. The power suit, the structured shoulders, where you got designers like Balmain that take it way over the top and say, hey, we're not just going to do your average black tux. We're going to do this differently. So I love that we now have designers like Olivier Rousteing and Patty Slimane and all of these other fashion houses that have now taken a nod from the 80s and bringing that back in this current era of style as well too. You look great in those styles, sis. Thank you. Oh, the green. Yes, the green look. People were just shocked. I love bold fashion too. And you guys know who my favorite style icon is. That is Grace Jones. She will always, hands down, be my favorite because I just love how bold and unapologetic she was. She didn't care. There wasn't a headpiece that was too big that she wouldn't wear. There wasn't a structured shoulder that was high enough that she wouldn't wear. There wasn't leather that she wouldn't wear. She just had her own original thing. She wore a lot of cloaks. She wore a lot of drapes. She wore a lot of hoods. Some even covering her face. Like, she just had her own thing. And if you've watched the James Bond film, View to a Kill, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She took it over the top with fashion. So that was the first style icon that I seen. And then years later, it was Pam Grier. Pam Grier is another one, Foxy Brown. Take it back to the 70s. We see that mix of the 70s and the 80s coinciding. And a lot of designers take a nod from that. As I've mentioned, Balmain, Saint Laurent, Dior has become, in my opinion, is very minimalistic. A lot of designers like Dior and Mugler. Mugler is not how it used to be. I love Terry Mugler. That's one of my favorites. But I like the old Mugler better. The very vintage Mugler that you seen Cardi B wear at the Grammys and on that red carpet. The over-the-top drama, the shenanigans. It's like going on Broadway and you see the designs, the costumes, or you go to Cirque du Soleil and you see the very over-the-top costumes. I love the drama. I love the theatrics. I don't like minimalistic. I'm not a minimalistic type of woman. Minimalistic means that you tone it down a little bit. But from time to time, I do that. But I like the drama. So I like the older version of Mugler better with the butterfly wings. If you guys have seen the dress, the almost shaped like a, what is it, an armadillo corset type thing she was walking on the runway. So I mean, Mugler just over the top back in the 90s if you go back and you look at some of his shows. And I think the prime example of that would be our girl Laverne Cox bringing these designs back that were worn in the 80s and in the 90s. And she will show you what the actual design looks like with the model walking down the runway. So yeah, she rented out another apartment because she had to have a place to store these beautiful creations, these beautiful designs. Like Mugler is a one of a kind. And going back to going to his shows, he was just over the top. He loved drama. He loved insects. He loved outer space. He loved things that you wouldn't typically see the everyday person wear. Cardi B came out with the, what was it, like a zebra print, purple.
Mhm.
If you've seen her performance at the Grammys, you know what I'm talking about. And then she gave us the white cowboy. Her hair was slicked back. Beautiful look. The fringe everywhere. It was white when she was accepting her Grammy. She wore nothing but Mugler. So, and then when they had the exhibition in Paris, she came out with the beautiful, bright, vibrant red, platinum blonde finger wave, over the top like a bed rest, like a bed rest. It was beautiful, and
Mhm.
then cleavage was sitting. She gave it all to us. So that's what I like. I like the older Mugler. Mugler now has kind of toned down a little bit, and the same for Dior. Dior back in the 80s and the 90s, couture fashion, the trains were just over the top exaggerated. That's what I want to see. So the closest thing that we could get with that would be Richard Quinn. Richard Quinn, if you've seen his Paris fashion show for Paris Fashion Week, beautiful. I mean, there were some that included like a wedding gown design. It's very beautiful. Another designer I would say would be Ralph and Russo. Ralph Russo is a great one as well. So yeah, we it's so many designers that have now adapted this mindset of, hey, let me take a nod from the 80s and the 90s. So yeah, we have options, y'all. We have options. Now, we covered men's fashion. We covered fall fashion and beauty trends of what you guys can expect to see in the year of 2024. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us today, Miss Stevie. It's always a pleasure. Yes, and now you see where you kind of get a look inside my mind to like, okay, what she's thinking today. Because I have to literally sit down before coming on and putting on an outfit or whatever. I sit down and I consult with someone like, okay, what am I thinking? I have to look at an idea of what I want to, what I want to wear the day of an interview. So I always think ahead of what I want to do. Do I want to play with color? Do I want to keep it minimalistic? Um, I always try to experiment. So I'm always looking at ideas. I'm always looking at pictures. And I'm like, okay, now I can see where I can add my own thing on this. So it's important that we look at references as well too for style. Everyone has their own individual style, and that's what makes us so different, so unique. And like in a way, the world is like a gumbo because everybody has their own thing that they like. Some people like denim, some people like leather, some people like faux fur, some people like suede, some people like velvet. It's whatever works for you. So that's what style is about. And if you're not sure or want to try something, try it for one day. Try it for one day. Just try color for one day. And I promise you, if you're used to wearing black, like Justice said, black is his go-to color. If you're used to that one key staple color, try a different color for that just one day. And then you will start to change your color scheme or palette in your wardrobe. I'll give you an example. Joy Behar on The View. She said when the Orange Man was elected, she said all she would wear was black because she was in mourning. But then, as you know, when Joe Biden won, you see color, you see palettes. She started to play with palettes. Her stylist, or the stylist that styles the women on The View, her stylist per se, started adding color to her wardrobe. So what I'm saying is, make sure that you are trying something. Try it for one day. You never know what the next few days or what you want to wear could be. You'll start to want to put more color. You might want to do purple the next day. You might want to do orange the next day. You might want to do yellow. You might want to do red. I had a theory about red. I'm like, red, I'm not in a game because people just like, if you wear that, you're in a game. I'm like, no. But red has so many different meanings to it. It means passion. It means love. It means romance. It means sexy, seduction. Valentine's Day is one. So when I think of red, I started wearing red. And this dress that I'm wearing today kind of has some red hue, red elements in it. But you have to work what's best for you. I had to get it out. But yes, work with what's best for you. You never know until you try it. Like I put on that red, it's a red number that I wore and it was off the shoulder. And that was when I did my interview with Arrington Foster. I want to say Arrington Foster from BET's Family Business. And if you go back, I had the wavy hair, and then it was an off-the-shoulder red number. I said, yes, this is it. And I put that red gown on. This is it. And I fell in love with it. And since then, I just started including red into my wardrobe. I've started including purple into my wardrobe. Because before, if you go back and you watch when I first started, you see the transformation from then to now. The only colors that I would stick with gray, black, white, and blue. Those were the only colors that I would stick with. Then the previous season, season 17, it was very minimal, I want to say monochromatic. That's the word I was looking for. Where it was more so tans and maybe a few colors here or there. But this season, I said, this is the season to play with color. This is the season to go all out. So I must say, if you try it, trust me, you'll like it. Just try it one day. It can be changing a purse. Start off with a colorful purse. My mom had a black purse, and then she went and we found her this red one. She changed it over instantly that same day. Because she had the black one for so long, she started to play with color. And my first instinct is, what could she match this purse with? What could she wear? Because most women match their handbags to what they're wearing. But me, I do the complete opposite. And it was Oprah. Oprah said you don't have to necessarily be matchy matchy all the time. Because remember, we would match everything from our pants to our jacket to our shirt. Everything would be matching from head to toe. And it's just like it doesn't have to be that way. So when I'm doing something, I try to find something to kind of throw it off a little bit. Whether it may be an earring, whether it may be a ring, whether it may be an accessory like a handbag or a clutch bag, whatever that may be, find something to throw it off just a little bit. And that's just a few suggestions of what you can do to, if you want to incorporate color into your wardrobe, for people who are just kind of scared and don't want to try it. Because even with me, certain lip colors I wouldn't try. And then I shocked y'all when I came on with that black one. Nobody was expecting that black one, me to wear that black lip color. But then it's the blue one, and then a dark purple one as well too that I wore. So you got to be adventurous with style. Step outside of your boundaries and your comfort zone. There are no limits when it comes to that. So it can either be a hit or miss, whatever works for you. So real quick, Fashion Dolls, the last thing, because we touched on it all, from the Met Gala to everything. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. What else do we have coming up in the fashion world? It is award show season. So,
Mhm.
yes, just had the awards not too long ago, the AMAs. What are some other things that you can predict on the red carpet for award show season? Because they're already talking about Grammy nods in this season, Justin. So, what are you predicting on the red carpet for this season?
I'm predicting maybe not necessarily in the fit, but maybe in the hair. It's going to be different, I feel. People are stepping outside of their norm, so to speak, and trying out different hairstyles, hair colors. That's what I'm wanting because Grammys, everybody almost kind of looks great. It's, great, but I want to see different hair. Let's maybe add a longer ponytail. Let's do blue hair. Let's go blonde. I feel like, those of us who are of darker complexion, let's maybe lighten up the hair. And those who are, of the lighter complexion or white, let's darken the hair. I want to see that. I want it to be different in that aspect.
Absolutely. And I give you an example. Yesterday, I did like this. It was like a golden blonde, but that hair was an homage to the late Farrah Fawcett. Someone said
Mhm.
it in the comments yesterday. If you go back and you watch Charlie's Angels, one thing she was notorious for was her hair, and not
Yeah.
only her hair but her style as well too. So yesterday's hair was an homage to Farrah Fawcett. Today is more so an homage to just myself, being beautiful, black, brown, warm gold tones. So you have highs and lows. With hair color, it
Yeah.
can be very, very tricky, even for me, because I'm just like, how would I look with this green hair? And I came on with that platinum, close to white hair. That was a one-time thing, y'all. Y'all probably won't see that more than likely in the future. That was a one-time thing. That was when I did the interview with Kenyon O'Brien, and I had the face jewels, everything. I just went over the top, intergalactic glam, and I wore latex. So that hair was almost close to white. It was platinum blonde.
Mm.
And you guys were saying Storm from X-Men. Yes, that's exactly what I was going for, but I wanted to put my own take onto it. But yeah, um, I want it to be dark today. I wanted my hair to be dark versus yesterday where it was more so uh, light. It was like a golden blonde. So we're gonna see. That's a color that I'm guessing we're probably going to see as well too. Like Beyonce just cut it all off. She gave us a bob. So we see the
Yes.
variation. Yesterday was the Glamour Women in Hollywood Awards, and she was there. Um, Looked amazing. She gave us a bob cut. She's rocking a bob right now as we speak. And she'll probably go back to long. That'll be my suggestion. Because she's had so many variations of blonde as well as myself that it's hard to tell, okay, which one is which. But this one right here, I'm loving this one. So I'm predicting that you're going to see haircuts. You're going to see braids. You're going to see, like how I'm wearing it today, long hair. You're going to see A number of things, from the finger wave to updos. Of course, you can't go wrong with the top knot. So I mean, it's always about versatility as it pertains to changing your hair to go along with the style and the time. So that's what I'm predicting. It's gonna be on the red carpet as far as hair. As far as makeup goes for the red carpet for the award shows, it'll probably be more dramatic. And I give you an example,
Hmm.
our girl T.S. Madison at the VMAs. Riley Knox designed her gown. There wasn't a butterfly left in the building. Every butterfly was inside the gown on her train. Maddie looked amazing. And Vogue magazine even covered her look. Like, she made the Vogue magazine list. It's bold what she did. And I think it's genius that she chose to do something that other people wasn't really doing at the VMAs. And then Meg came in and gave us something a little bit different. Beautifully wrapped in a black gift wrapping package. If you guys have seen the gown, it was amazing. Um, but yeah, that's something that I'm predicting. You're going to see bob cuts, you're going to see braids, you're going to see darker hair colors, lighter hair colors. You're going to see a variety of things. But if you look at Maddie's makeup, she just looked like this beautiful alien space goddess on Bloodify Central. I must say, the highlighting was amazing. You're going to see more prismatic highlighting. Um, Not within the gold family like how I'm doing today, very warm, but you're more so going to see on the pastel side, like the purples, the blues, the greens. You're going to see a number of that on about my skin tone and Justin's skin tone, a little bit darker, but you're going to see those type of color palettes on these skin tones as far as makeup is concerned. The lip colors, they'll probably go darker. They'll probably go darker more than likely. I'm probably going to go darker more than likely because I've done the monochromatic nude lip for so long where it's overlined. But I'm just like, okay, it is time to go darker. So you're going to see within the warm burgundy family or the burnt red family, you're going to see more so of the plums. All of these colors that resonate with fall, you're going to see that on the lips as well too. As far like I said, as far as the eyes is concerned, the over exaggerated eyelash. So people are gonna be, of course, stacking their lashes. I know I do it sometimes too. You're gonna see jewels. You're gonna see accents. You're gonna see all of these things take play at these award shows, red carpet season. So that's what I'm predicting in the beauty forecast for award show season on the red carpet. But yes, definitely stay tuned because I'm ready to see what else is coming up. I think we went over fashion dolls. We touched fashion trends. Before we close out, Justin, are there any things that you are working on that the people need to know about, and how can we support, my love?
Uh, well, I have recently become I guess you could say, a choreographer. Um, and it's a new journey. I'll say that, a new journey. And I actually have, I guess you could call it a performance this coming Sunday, and I'm super excited about that because this would be the second dance that I've taught the other individual. Um, but this one I've definitely put more work and more emotion behind it. So it'll be more effective when people see it. So that's I guess that's one of my new avenues at the moment.
Ah, all right. So you guys make sure that you are staying tuned and following Justin. I love the makeup companies feeling I love the makeup companies feeling criticism over or not creating tones for melanated people. And why doesn't Crumble Cookie post black people's reviews? That's a good example.
But I want to answer that one. I want to answer that one. Listen, listen. I am a crumble cookie individual. Yes, I'm the one keeping them mainly in business. Yes, that's me. So listen, a lot of people get on crumble cookie because they say it's, the cookies either not done or it's too sweet. Y'all listen, listen. I feel like a lot of people are saying it's bad just to kind of get on that wagon train. Um, but you know that they're not posting our reactions. Yes, that is a problem. But you know, listen, people's reactions just might not be the best. You know, it may not be truthful. I'll say that. Um, so yes. So maybe if y'all start posting more positive, they might start posting y'all.
Listen, if we touched on this yesterday, if someone is purchasing products from your business, make sure that you are posting the reviews from other people as well too. Don't just exclude one margin or race out. When we see that's clearly going on right now, they're trying to divide us. But everybody, include everybody in your business reviews. Don't just forget about your black customers, because black people, we spend a lot of money. So don't exclude us. Don't exclude us. I've never tasted crumble cookie, but that's my critique on this is make sure that you are including all of your base, including all of your customers. That's just like, okay, if I go in a hair salon and there's other stylists in there, if you know, you know, and they don't know, but there's one person in there that knows how to specialize in 4C hair. The rest won't know how to do it. There's one specific person. You have to make sure that your stylists are equipped to do all hair types. You can't just exclude other hair textures. You can't do that. So you got to make sure that they're on notice to doing this. I love black people taking up space in the virtual marketing brand ambassador space. Absolutely. And I mean, you got what's his name that does the food reviews, and we see him everywhere. Keith Lee is a good example.
Yeah.
And we follow him. I mean, he makes a killing on TikTok because people watch his stuff. And these brands come out and endorse him. He gets these endorsements. It's all because he knows how to market himself. And we touched on this yesterday about branding and marketing and getting your brand out there. If you have someone promoting your product, okay, I'll give you an example. Cream of Nature. Cream of Nature. I could promote Cream of Nature here on the show. And if they see it, they'll be like, okay, we're going to repost her to the stories. That has happened, though. Because I use Dark and Lovely on my hair. But they reposted me to their stories. And that drew attraction to my page. People were like, let me see what she's doing. What's she going to do to her hair? Because I did just recently color my hair. Not this hair, but my real hair underneath. It is colored. And me and Dark and Lovely was talking in the inbox. So, I mean, it's all about how you market and you get yourself out here to these brands. And they said, we can't wait to see the results. So, Luster's, the pink hair lotion company, they're another one. Uh, all of these brands, but they're black owned, though. They're black owned. But make sure that you are promoting yourself. You are your best promoter. So my advice to Crumble Cookie, because like I said, those cookies are huge. I've never tasted them. I've seen people talk about them. But make sure that you are including all of your clientele. You can't exclude just one group. You can't exclude your black customers. You can't do that because, like I said, black people, we spend the most money on food, on fashion, on concert tickets, on anything. We spend the most money. So you can't exclude her. You can't exclude us. So in order to keep that business booming, that's just like, okay, like I said again, you're excluding one specific hair texture or type or ethnicity, and you don't offer service to this client. You can't do that. You got to be inclusive to everybody. And I know white hairstylists who can style black hair very good. They know our hair texture and everything better than we do. They know it. They know what products to use and everything, and you'd be shocked. You'd be amazed. But still, it's still some that are not aware of how to handle black hair. That's just an example. You can't exclude your clients, or they consider us multi-ethnic clients. When we go into the hair stores, what's the first thing they put on that aisle? Multi-ethnic, or I can't remember what they call it, but it's one, because black people, we have our hair out right there, and then they have their hair out. So it's multi-ethnic. You go on Sally's Beauty Supply, it's going to say multi-ethnic, and you're going to see everything in there from Carol's Daughters to Jesse's Curls to everything. You're going to see it all in there. But it's all about making sure that you include everybody. You can't exclude nobody. So that's just my critique of Crumble Cookie. Thank you for bringing that up. Now's the time. So before we let Justin go, because these conversations are always good, it's always great talking fashion and style and trends with you. And I'm sure this is not going to be our last conversation. I'm going to bring you back again. So before we let you go, what is some advice that you would give to everybody during this cycle that we're going through, this crazy cycle right
Well, first and foremost, like you said in the beginning, voting is important. Check your voter registration to see if you are registered, because that is important, especially in this type of election. It is completely crucial that you are registered. But I would also say um, life is ever changing. Um, but we should learn how to not change so much. If that makes any sense. Like life happens, life be life, and that's just the honest truth. But it's how we act, I feel, in those times of lifing, that will determine whether what path we go on next. So keep going forward. And like I tell all of my friends and whatnot, I said, listen, and even though life has its problems, find something out of each and every day to enjoy. And whatever it is, focus on that and enjoy it every day, because it is so important. Problems will come, but joy and other things, you can still have that. So go forth and enjoy life,
now?
all of it.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
offer.
And real quick before we go, I just seen this, this just in. Um, One more quick reminder: Project 2025 would indeed gut the National Weather Service. It would dismantle hurricane forecasting. It would cut FEMA aid, and it would cut disaster relief, which is what people need right now. Elections
That's
have
crazy.
consequences, so make sure you are voting for Kamala Harris, Democrat, all up and down the ticket, because Republicans have shown us who they are. So it would end the national flood insurance program as well too. So that means if your house got flooded somehow in the hurricane, yeah, you up the creek without a paddle. Don't vote against your own interests. The clear present choice right now is Kamala Harris. Oh, and Jill Stein does have ties to Donald Trump. If you guys are wondering, she does. So yeah, one clear choice. I'm going to end the show with today's final thought, which is an African proverb, actually. And it says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And right now, we are going to have to work together these next 27 some odd days. And this election cycle, like Justice said, this is for our future. This is for the next generation to come. I will keep you guys updated on what's going on, what they're trying to do here as much as possible. I love you all. And I want you guys to be safe out there. Make sure you're reaching out to your relatives to make sure that they're getting home to you safely if they're coming in your area. Make sure that you are also staying, if you're in the Florida or New Mexico or wherever area, please make sure that you are reaching out to the proper people. And Joe Biden posted the resources that you can reach out to FEMA if you need anything. So yes, make sure that you are reaching out and using these resources and tools while they're available to you, because if he gets elected, all of these things that I just mentioned, we will not know. So I love y'all. And Fashion Dolls tomorrow. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. We have 3 beautiful ladies. The beautiful ladies of Shade, legendary girl group, will be here tomorrow. So make sure you go and tune in tomorrow at 4. Shades will be joining me at 4. I love you all. And make sure you guys are being safe. Check on your family members and everything. Take care, everyone.